everyone, today I will be replacing my chain and sprockets on the Hornet. So I've got all the tools here and all the stuff here, but I'm not only going to replace the sprockets, I'm going to change sizes as well. So I'm going to change from a size, what was it, 15 to size 14 sprocket on the front, and from a 42 to a 46 on the rear. That's going to help acceleration. Obviously I also have a chain here. This is a 110 link chain, so I really hope that is going to be enough, that it's going to be long enough. If it's too long we can always shorten it, but if it's too short then well, we should have luck. Anyway, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing to do is to take off the speedometer cable here, because we want to release the front sprocket first of all. So we need to take off this cover, and to do that we need to get rid of the speedometer cable. Move this out of the way. Now, the cover here is held on with 2 bolts. There we go. Just take the cover off, and there's going to be a lot of icky stuff back here. It's already falling out. Just look at that. That is absolutely disgusting. Probably going to have to clean that out at some point, but well, not today. Alright, so now I need to get a socket wrench to get this thing out. Alright, so we want to undo this bolt. So the problem is going to be this. The wheel is going to spin. Of course, what we could do is put the bike in gear, but the problem there is that we might put the actual gears under a lot of strain, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to have to find a way to lock the wheel in place, and for that I'm going to use this block of wood here. So I'm going to stick this this wood here underneath, so that the wheel will push it down. That way I should be able to undo this bolt. Actually, let's be pushing on the thing here. I'm gonna need a bigger lever. There we go. That did it nicely. I don't have a breaker bar, so I have to do with what I have. So I can remove this now. Now that we've undone this, we can get the chain off. To get the chain off, what we want to do first is find the connecting link. There's a proper name for it, but I don't quite remember. But anyway, we want to find the link that was used to put the chain together. Now I'm just going to clean this up a bit first. With a wire brush.
because this chain is really icky and gunky. I bought the bike with this chain on it, the idea of changing it, but it's now been a year and a half since then, and I've only gotten around to it right now. Alright, now you can recognize this this chain, this link, because of the holes that are in them. All the other rivets here are flush. Well, not flush, but they have a flat top. But these two have a hole in them. So what we're going to do is grind off the head, and then with the chain breaker tool, we're going to push the rivet through. We could break the chain with the rivet tool itself, or the breaker tool itself, but the cheaper tools and the less quality tools, and I have a cheaper tool, have been known to break when pushing this rivet out. So I'm just going to grind off the head and then push it out with the rivet tool. Okay, so I've got my Dremel here to grind off the heads, and when working with power tools, always use eye protection. Alright, so the head is off. Now I'm just going to grab my tool. So this is my chain breaker tool. I'm going to use this to push this link out so it fits over like this, and then put it tight like that with this adjustment, and then set this adjustment, and then by twisting this we push out a pin that's going to push the actual rivet out. Alright. It's going nicely. And that's it. rivet is out. I've got it right here. So that one's gone. It's trash. And now the chain falls apart nicely. It's just one of the O-rings. That's great. So that is one chain that's undone. So now that the chain has been broken, it's time to take this sprocket off. There we go. It's a washer. If we now, there we go. Push the tire. That's the chain. That's done. Now we need to get the washer off, and that went very easily. Now this sprocket is well and truly done. As you can see, it's got really sharp points here, and it's been really like grind off here. So that sprocket is really, yes, this is worthless now. This is absolutely worthless. Alright, I'm going to quickly clean this up, and then I'm going to get the new sprocket. Right, now I had a quick look, and it seems that I've been sent the wrong sprocket. The regular sprocket that goes on here, as you can see here, is a 15-tooth sprocket, as it says right here. But I specifically ordered a 14-tooth sprocket. Now, apparently my invoice says that I ordered a 14-tooth sprocket, but for some reason I've been delivered a 15-tooth sprocket. I'm going to put it on anyway, because I want to have the bike in running condition, and since these are fairly cheap anyway, I'll just order another one and replace it at another time. But for now I just want to get the bike running. So that's a bit of a setback, but it's not going to hinder me running the bike, so let's just open it up and get it on there. Now this isn't very hard. There's nothing really difficult here. It doesn't go on a certain way because the splines are all the same. So for now, all I want to do is make sure that the text is facing me, even though I don't think that makes a lot of difference. But I'm going to do it all the same. But for now, I'm just going to make it a loose fit. So just thread it in for now, just by hand, because we're going to have to tighten this down the same way we undid this bolt by blocking the rear wheel. So for now, this is all we have to do, and just leave it like that. The next bit will be to take off the rear wheel and take the sprocket off the rear side. So let's do that now. Now that the wheel has been removed, we can take off the sprocket, and to do that we need to undo these 5 bolts here. Now these are done up fairly tough, so I'm going to use a big wrench to try and get them off. I can't get them off this way, so I'm going to put it back on the bike and try the bit of wood again. Alright, let's try this again. this with all my weight and it's not budging. So I'm gonna need a bigger lever. Alright, I've run into a bit of an issue here trying to get these nuts off. I sprayed them with some WD-40 to try and loosen them and then I tried to get them off with a lever of some sort, and it seems like I've almost stripped this bolt here. So if I put this on, I have to hammer it on a bit, but when I put some tension on it, it just slides off. So I'm not going to fuck around with this one anymore. The other ones, well, the brake caliper is moving on this guy. I think I got this one loose. Yes, but the other ones, I'm not going to fuck around with it. Problem is they are very, very stuck on there, and I don't want to risk stripping any more of those. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to order some new bolts, or some new nuts I should say. So these new locking nuts to put on there with the new sprocket. And I'm probably going to take the wheel off and take it to my dealer and have them try and run these off with their tool. They are better equipped for this than I am, because unfortunately I do not have a compressor. So for now I'm going to be stuck a little bit, but I will be back soon and with these nuts removed.